Hello everyone, Mr. Fritz here. Let's go over this problem where we are given 2 points and we want to find the equation that contains them. So here in this example we're given that the point 2, 30 and 42, 125 are on this line. So this is really a two-part problem. The first part is going to be finding our slope, also known as your m value, and then really the second part is going to be finding our b, also known as the y-intercept. And this is where a lot of people are having some issue is finding the b value. So slope we should be pretty good with. Let's go over it though together. We want to take the change in y over change in x to find our slope. So change in y over change in x equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if we use this formula, let's make this our second point and this our first point. So my y, I'm going to pick 125 minus 30 divided by 42 minus 2. Let's crunch some numbers there. That's going to equal 95 over 40. And that's going to equal out to be, I believe, 19 over 8. That is our slope. So what I have right here, this is all my m value. That's what this is. I'm going to be needing that to find my b. So this is always your first step, is to find your slope first, and your second step is to find your b. So let's go forward finding the b. Now we want our equation to be in y equals mx plus b format. And this is where we have to plug in what we know and solve for what we don't know. We're looking for b, and we have an m, and we also have a set of points that are on this line. Each of these points will be a solution to my equation, so I can pick either one of them to substitute in. So I'm going to let's take this point here, and I'm going to grab from it the x and the y, and I'm just going to plug them in for my y and my x, and I'm going to plug in my m for my m here. So let's see, what do we have? We've got 30 equals, my m is 19 over 8, and I'm going to multiply that by my x, which is 2, plus b. So all I did is I just plugged in my value for x, my value for y, my value for m, because my last unknown is b. I need to solve for b. Now we're just crunching numbers here. We're going to have a 30 equals, if I multiply these two things together, that's going to be a 19 fourths plus b, or 30 equals, let's see, it's going to be 4.75 plus b. Subtract 4.75 from both sides. That goes away, and I'm going to get, let's scroll down here a little bit, my b, let's see, that's going to equal a 25.25. I think that's what I'm getting there. So now I have my b and I have my m. The final step to put this all together is to write my final equation in y equals mx plus b form. And I need to substitute in my m for the m and my b for the b. And then that's it. So I'm going to have y equals, grab my m, is 19 over 8x plus my b, 25.25. And that is it. Remember, you have to include your x in your final equation and your y. These are still unknowns that are part of the final solution set for your equation. So again, y equals 19 over 8x plus 25.25. Here's my m, here's my b, and there you go.